All right, guys, in the last 30 days, I've done over $100,000 in sales on this branded dropshipping business. And it's been so successful that dozens of people have been able to copy this store one-to-one, change the domain, change some of the colors, and also do thousands of dollars in revenue. So if that's not a testament to how well this shit that I teach in the videos works, then I don't know what is. And if that's not good enough, we just recently crossed inside of Got Your Ecom a combined 7 figures in community member revenue. So shout out to everybody inside of the community because all of these guys are absolute killers, and I know they still watch the channel even though they're in the group. So shout out to you guys for absolutely killing it inside of Got Your Ecom. 7 figures in combined revenue is absolutely insane. And in this video, what I want to do is explain to you the concept of market awareness and break down exactly what this is, how to apply it to all of your creatives, and why if you're somebody who's currently struggling to see consistency in your ad account, or you're launching new ads and it feels like you're launching 4 or 5 batches of creatives every single day and none of them are sticking, it's probably because you're not applying this concept of market awareness. So let's break this down, show you how to apply it into your ad account, and explain to you overall why market awareness is one of the key principles that you need to understand if you want to create highly converting ads and, most importantly, make thousands of dollars and a shit ton of money in dropshipping. So without wasting time, let's go ahead and jump straight in. So what is market awareness? Now, if you clicked on the title of this video, then you probably are someone who's somewhat familiar with market awareness and familiar with breakthrough advertising. But in short, breakthrough advertising has very quickly become one of the most prominent and most commonly cited resources for copywriting in the modern digital advertising era. Okay. If you watch any prominent figure who teaches Facebook ads, copywriting, or creative strategy, they're probably going to reference breakthrough advertising. And most commonly, they're going to be referencing awareness levels. So awareness levels was this idea or ideology, philosophy from a guy called Eugene Schwartz, who's one of the most successful direct mail copywriters of all time. And he basically introduced this theory of the 5 stages of awareness. And his theory was that your total addressable market, meaning anyone who could ever buy your particular product, exists in this spectrum of awareness levels. And you have 5 primary awareness levels. You have unaware, and this is going to be people who basically, if we go all the way down here, unaware are basically people who they're not even conscious or aware of the problem that your product solves. And they don't resonate with any particular problem. They're not trying to solve any types of problem. They're just completely unaware, right? And then you contrast that with, if you look on the far right of the spectrum, you have people who are most aware. And these are people that they know your product, they know your brand, they're convinced of everything that it does, and they know they want the product. They just haven't gotten around to purchasing it yet. And so his theory was that your total addressable market, there are going to be different pockets of people that exist along this continuum. And your goal as the copywriter is to move all of these people down wherever they exist on the spectrum, all the way down to most aware, okay? Because people cannot buy from your brand without being most aware, just by definition. If someone's going to buy from your brand, they need to be convinced of that your product does what you say it does. They need to be convinced it can solve their problem. They need to know your brand, like, if they're buying from your brand, then they obviously are aware of who you are and your brand name and what you stand for and your values and things like that. And that is when they can actually purchase it. So someone can't purchase a product when they're solution aware, because in order for them to purchase, they need to be on your website and they need to see your logo and your brand name and all that good stuff. So basically, Eugene Schwartz says, whatever awareness level you're writing to or whatever awareness level you're creating ads for needs to do the job of moving the person down this continuum so they can get to the most aware stage and then ultimately make a purchase. Now, why is this so important to understand when you are initially creating copy or writing ads? Let's assume you're using the strategy that I employ, which is the native mini sales letter, where we're using native images and long form copy. Now, the reason why this is so important is because if you go do deep research right now with Google Gemini, and I've done a example research document here for the cat water fountain market, you can actually use deep research inside of Gemini to do a full deep research prompt that will break down and observe of the total addressable market for any product that you want to sell. What is the percentage breakdown of people in these specific awareness stages? So basically, if we look at the total market for iPhone users, for example, how many of those people are unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware? And you can conduct this across any product. So this is something that I've recently done or started doing more of whenever I launch a product or whenever I am doing ad research. I want to understand fundamentally of the total addressable market, what is the percentage breakdown? And the percentage breakdown is going to be different for different products. And the reason why that's important is because the way that you write to someone who is unaware is totally different than the way that you write to someone who is product or most aware or solution aware or problem aware. And so the problem that a lot of dropshippers face is that they just start making creatives after they do some customer research, while they completely ignore awareness research and understanding the awareness levels of their entire market. A good example of this is in a market where you're introducing something that is completely brand new, like it's a totally brand new solution to a totally brand new problem, then that market is largely going to be unaware, right? Now, if you contrast that with something like skincare, right? In the skincare market, the majority of people are either solution or product aware, right? Majority of people in the skincare market, they know they have wrinkles. They know they have acne. They've been hit with dozens upon dozens of ads for wrinkle creams or anti-aging creams or whatever. So there's not a single person in the total addressable market for skincare who doesn't know what an anti-aging cream is. It just doesn't exist. So if you write an ad that's problem aware or unaware and you try to introduce anti-aging cream as something new, there's going to be a disconnect. There's not going to be congruency between the awareness level of your market and the ad that you're creating. And when there's not congruency, it's not going to convert. So what you can do with deep research, and I'm not going to include a prompt for this because it's super simple. Just ask ChatGPT or Gemini to do deep research to understand as a percentage breakdown, what is the breakdown between unaware through most aware of the total addressable market for a product. And you should be left with a chart that looks something like, where is it? This, okay? So from here, I can see that for the cat water fountain market, the majority of this market is actually solution aware, okay? So these are people that already know about dehydration. They know that solutions like water fountains exist. Right now, their focus is evaluating the benefits of a fountain against other alternatives, such as wet food or multiple bowls. So I know about 50% or 45 to 50% of this market, or the majority of the market in that case, is going to be solution aware. Why is that important? Okay, if I know the majority of the market is already aware about this problem, they already know about dehydration, then if I go write an ad that is unaware and I say, hey, or let's go with problem aware, like, are you aware that cats are dehydrated? Or like, do you know that cats are dehydrated? The answer to that question is yes. The majority of this market already knows about the problem of dehydration. So what we want to do instead is create ads, or focus at least the initial launch batch of our ads on solution-aware audiences, or on the solution-aware segment, because we know that the majority of this market already knows about dehydration. They know about the problem, and they're in a stage where they're evaluating the best solutions. Maybe this audience is aware about dehydration and they're aware that they could add water to their cat's food, but maybe they don't know that, hey, adding water to your cat's food is actually detrimental to hydration. I don't know if that's actually true, but hopefully you get the point. Or maybe switching to wet food doesn't actually solve the problem of dehydration. These are the ways in which we need to change our approach and the copy when we're writing to solution aware compared to problem aware. So let's take a look at some real-time examples, right? So unaware, problem aware, solution aware, and product aware. We're not going to do most aware for now, because when you're dropshipping and you're just starting out, there's nobody that knows your brand. So you don't even really need to worry about that just yet. Okay, so let's take a look at unaware. So if we were writing to an unaware audience, again, these are people that aren't aware that they have an actual problem. So they don't know that dehydration is the problem that their cats are going through. But there might be states of being, things that they can identify with that we can lead them into a problem. So for example, one common trait of senior cats is all of a sudden they'll stop playing as much, or they'll lose a lot of energy. And so if you actually go on Reddit, you can find dozens of forums of people basically asking other Redditors like, hey, all of a sudden my cat who just turned 13 is no longer playing. And so that is a state of being or a situation that someone can identify with who may not even know that dehydration is a problem yet. So if we were writing to an unaware audience, we would say, why do some senior cats play while others barely move? This would be the hook for a native mini sales letter that we would write. So notice we're not saying anything about dehydration. We're not saying anything about lacking water. We're not saying anything about the problems with dry food. We're just calling out to something that somebody can identify with. So even someone who doesn't yet know about dehydration, or isn't even aware that it's a problem their cat's going through, they'll stop and read that because they can identify with their senior cat slowing down or not moving. So now let's look at problem aware. So these are people that are aware about dehydration. And so A hook for that might look like how to solve your cat's energy crisis with proper hydration. Super simple. These are people that know that their cats obviously are slowing down, and they can make the connection with hydration, right? Or dehydration. Moving on to solution aware. Again, they're aware of solutions, but not our product as a solution. So let's go like this. Here's why adding water to your cat's food is making them even more dehydrated. And I'm going to show you a real life example in my ad account where I was able to apply this exact level of awareness and basically this exact hook, but calling out a different solution. And it completely shot up in spend and quickly became one of my top performing ads. Okay. So again, what we're doing here is we're operating under the assumption that people are actively trying to solve their problem. They're aware of solutions. But here we're saying, hey, this solution basically sucks ass. And our solution is superior, which is a cat water fountain. And then lastly, we have product aware. So they're aware of your product, but they aren't convinced of all it does. And in this state, try the only fountain your cat won't ignore. So now we're specifically calling out other competitor products, not competitor solutions. So if I have a cat water fountain, a competitor product is other fountains. A competitor solution is adding water to the food. So we're specifically calling out people and the problems that people face with other solutions. So if you do any amount of research, you will see that the number one problem with other fountains on the market is that cats simply just don't give a fuck. They just sniff them and walk away, right? So we're specifically calling that problem out, and we're positioning our product as a superior solution. Now, keep in mind, these are all very rudimentary examples, and I probably wouldn't run like this as a hook for my long form copy. This is, in my opinion, a really good unaware hook, but pretty much everything else I probably want to tighten up a little bit. But hopefully you get the point and you can see the differences between each of these awareness stages. All right, and as promised, I want to show you some real life examples inside of my ad account where I was able to apply awareness levels and see really, really good results. So I launched an ad test on the 22nd, which as you can see here is called, well, actually I launched it first on the 16th. This is when I first started to kind of like decently understand the concept of awareness levels. And I had a test in here, which was fountain test solution aware. So let's pay attention to this ad set and then this ad set here. And I want to show you basically the progression of that week after I launched it. Okay. Let's go 16th through the 20th. Okay. Right after launching that, as you can see, it started to get a decent amount of spend, but it wasn't going crazy. It shot up to one of the top 3 spenders inside of the ad account. As you can see, I was testing out some problem aware angles where I had going after vets and then a second one going after dry food. I had a problem aware ad set here, and this sneaky like solution aware test was like slowly creeping up in spend. And all I did was change the copy. I was using the same images and the same copy. So on the 22nd is when I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and launch a dedicated ad set with this, with actual images that relate to the copy that are calling out other solutions. Okay. And very quickly, as you can see, that shot up to be one of the top spenders. It drove 124 purchases, $40 CPA, $5,000 in spend, and the click metrics were absolutely through the roof. Now, if I show you these ad creatives, okay, you can find many, many people copying these ads on Ad Library because of how well they worked. Like, let's take a look at the wall of shame right now. All of you fuckers who watch my channel, or not watch my channel, all of you fuckers copying me. Some of you guys are doing really good because you're getting really, really close. Like, it's crazy. I launched one ad and immediately like 10 copycats surface. So, anyways, so a lot of people started copying these ads. Unfortunately, I can't find those fountain ads specifically. Well, some of these are actually mine, but there were a lot of people copying them because they just really, really shot up in terms of spend. But as you can see, the moment my vet saw my cat's new fountain, she said that's why his kidneys were failing. So, prime example, solution aware audience. Why did I write to a solution aware audience where previously I was writing to problem aware? The reason why is because I did deep research and I found that the majority of people in the total addressable market for a cat water fountain already know about the problem. And they're at a stage where they're trying to find solutions. So I'm writing an ad that is specifically calling out the problems with other solutions. In this case, other cat water fountains. And I'm positioning my product as the superior solution. Okay. I'm not educating about the problem. I'm not introducing the problem as this new untapped hidden thing that no one's ever heard of. If you read the hook, Okay. It's implied already. Like kidneys were, the moment my vet saw my cat's knee found, she said, that's why his kidneys were failing. Anyone who reads this who's solution aware already knows that it's probably because the cat's dehydrated. Okay. They don't need it spelled out for them because they're already solution aware. Okay. So if you already have if you have an ad that's working like decently well, there's a high likelihood that you're probably writing to the wrong awareness level, because I've just watched a lot of content. Not many dropshipping content creators actually talk about awareness levels and starting with actually doing awareness level research. And I guarantee you that if you run this analysis inside of deep research with Gemini, you will see a discrepancy between the awareness level that your ads are writing to and the awareness level of your market. And just by fixing that, I guarantee you'll be able to scale your ads much further, and you'll see way more consistency because you're actually writing to the awareness level that resonates with your overall market. Now, that being said, just because this is the awareness level of the majority of the market doesn't mean that these awareness levels don't exist. Okay. So even if 50% of the audience is solution aware, there's still another 25 to 30% that are problem aware. And so you still want to create ads for those audiences. But if you have ads for every awareness level, so if you have unaware ads, problem aware ads, solution aware ads, and most aware ads like offer statics and things like that, your entire ad account essentially becomes a funnel for your brand. Like if you have ads speaking to every level of awareness, then as we talked about in the beginning of this video, where Schwartz said your goal should be to move someone down this continuum until most aware. Well, if you have ads for unaware, now they're problem aware. Okay. Then they see the problem aware ad. Then they see the solution aware ad. Then they see the product aware ad. Then they see the most aware ad. So you're creating ads for every level of awareness, and your entire ad account becomes a systematic way to speak to every level of awareness and move them down this continuum so they can get to most aware and eventually purchase. And that is the power of applying awareness levels to your dropshipping creatives. And it's something that not a lot of people talk about, but I wish more people did, myself included, because writing to the wrong awareness level can be the difference between a winning ad and a losing ad, between thousands of dollars in loss and thousands of dollars in profit. So guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the content as always. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I've been getting a lot of questions on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, about awareness levels specifically. And so I wanted to do a quick video breaking it down. It's not really a cover topic. It's probably not going to get a ton of views, but I think this is one of the most important videos that I've ever made on the channel because it's such a critical component of creating really good ads, especially if you do native images plus long form copy. But just not a lot of people are talking about it. So hopefully you got a ton of value out of this. As always, any free resources, all of my prompts, they're all linked in the description of this video as well. And lastly, make sure to leave a comment on what kinds of videos and topics you want to see next, because I'm trying to upload every single day. And because of that, I need content ideas. And so if you leave a comment asking me about media buying, product research, how to write better ads, how to create images, I don't know, whatever, there's a really good chance that I'll make a video on it because I'm trying to upload every single day. And for that, I need some really good ideas. So let me know in the comments below what videos you want to see next. Otherwise, hope you got a ton of value as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.